Thank you, Ian, for the invitation to today's launch and for the opportunity to say a few words. It's great to be here at the start of our journey to make Newcastle and Gateshead the best place to be young. I told you, Kim, I'd say Newcastle and Gateshead. I'm the Cabinet Member for Children and Young People at Gateshead Council, and I'm here with Councillor Kim McGuinness, Cabinet Member for Culture, Sport and Public Health at Newcastle City Council. It's our role today to pledge our political backing to this fantastic initiative. I want to do this by setting the scene before talking about some of our work of the 10 cultural venues that they're already doing, and rounding off by giving some examples of how what we're doing in Gateshead aligns with the three themes of City of Dreams. I intend to focus on children and young people, but it would be difficult to give Gateshead's perspective without some mention of culture, so I apologise, Kim, if I cross the line on occasion. And you'll appreciate that I've got 5 minutes, so there's not going to be a great deal of detail here. There's a young lady with a 1-minute card, and she's under instructions to get the old guy in a suit off the stage if he runs on too long. As councillors, we know that all our children and young people are amazing, especially so when you consider the challenges that many of them face. We know that in Newcastle and Gateshead, a high proportion of children live in poverty, and more of them are needing our care. Young people also face pressures to achieve academically, as well as being confident in demonstrating their skills to access good jobs. The launch of the City of Dreams strategy shows the commitment of 10 Newcastle Gateshead cultural venues to help our children and young people overcome some of these challenges and to fulfil their incredible potential through the benefits of cultural activities. Some marvellous activities are already planned, including Our City, Our Story, Real Stories of Being Young in Newcastle and Gateshead, with an event planned at Live Theatre next year. A Young Inspectors scheme developed by Centre for Life, and the Twilight shows at venues like Dance City, Tyneside Cinema and 7 Stories all allow young people to participate and attend cultural events easily. We work with schools so children whose families may not access cultural venues in their own time have opportunities to see an exhibition or work with an artist at Baltic, perform at Sage Gateshead, see a play at the Theatre Royal or Northern Stage, or learn about their local heritage of one of the many Tyne and Wear archives and museum centres. At Gateshead Council, we believe that art and culture enrich the lives of children and young people and enable them to find ways to develop skills and confidence, find a voice, discover new experiences, develop ideas and embed a sense of pride in their local area. So I'm delighted that the 3 powerful themes of the strategy will see young people taking part in cultural activity, being supported to have a stronger civic voice, growing the skills, confidence and personal resilience necessary to help them into work. They are even more powerful because through the big culture conversation, these themes have been shaped for children and young people by children and young people. They also build on some of the work we've been involved in as a council, and I'd like to share a few examples. This summer, thousands of children and young people took part in the Great Exhibition of the North Schools programme, sparking their imagination around design, art and innovation. The Family Expo attracted over 19,000 children and their families, with 2 of the 9 days dedicated to communities from harder-to-reach areas of Newcastle and Gateshead. And this year also marked the 20th anniversary of the Angel of the North, with over 20 projects, from schools taking knitted angels on their own adventures to a project where local children created animations telling the story of the past, present and future of the angel. All have helped increase participation. The voice of children and young people is very important. Gateshead Council is able to support the Gateshead Youth Assembly, and I think that's earned me another minute, by the way, that mention, who are here today and have been heavily involved in the big culture conversation. I'm hugely impressed by their commitment and hard work, and their recently published annual review proves just how ambitious and creative our young people are. All of this has helped us to hear the voice of young people. Gateshead Library Service has developed a series of successful engagement groups as part of the National Reading Hack initiative. The groups are led by young people who develop, plan and take part in creative and reading activities and volunteering to gain skills and experience. Local schools are involved in some of the art commissions for Enchanted Parks, Gateshead's Winter Light Festival, with children working with sound and visual artists to help make all these events ones to remember. And a new project in Gateshead schools called Help will involve young people working with artists to support young people's mental health and well-being. All have helped build confidence and resilience among our young people. These are just a few examples of how Gateshead Council is working with partners to help make a positive impact on children and young people's lives, helping them to thrive. It should now be clear to all that we continue to be incredibly ambitious for our children and young people, and also ambitious for Gateshead and Newcastle to be the best place to be young. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the City of Dreams develops and to see the impact this strategy has over the next 10 years and beyond. Who knows, perhaps some of the young people here today will actually be running some of our cultural venues or councils in 2028. Thank you.